Blessings and greetings, Greater Harvest Church family and friends. We thank you for tuning into the Greater Harvest Church Virtual Worship Experience, located at 801 ML King Jr. Street, Texas City, Texas 77590, where we invite you to experience greater with Pastor DJ and First Lady Javon Harris. We invite you to tune in via Facebook at 7 p.m. for Tuesday Group Therapy Bible Study and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for our virtual worship experience. So let's stay connected and visit us at the Harvest Church LM, where you can experience greater.
Good evening. Welcome to our Group Therapy Bible Study. Let me give you a few moments to get logged in, join in. By the show of likes and hearts, let me know how your day was today. If you had an okay day, hit like. If you had a great day, press the hearts and let us know how your day went today. We continue our study on getting ready to grow, preparing for growth as a church. I'm going to ask that Deacon Butler will lead us in a word of prayer, and we'll pick up with our lesson.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for guiding us, leading us, bringing us here tonight, hoping that everything that we've been through today is for your glory and your safety and the glory of you. In your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So we pick up where we left off last week. We dealt with if we're going to grow as a church, if we're going to prepare to grow as a church, we have to prepare ourselves and strengthen our relationship with God, right? Okay. Well, now tonight we have to deal with the fact of strengthening our relationship with one another.
Right.
It's one thing to have strengthened your relationship with God, but we have to ensure that we've strengthened our relationship with one another as well, okay? John chapter 13, verses 34 through 35. John chapter 13, verses 34 through 35. You read that for me?
So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other, just as I have loved you. You should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples.
So why is it important for us? Why is it important for us to strengthen our relationships with one another?
Because you can't grow. You can't love anybody if you don't love the people that's around you already.
I would agree with that. I think there's an old adage that kind of helps with that. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's very important for us to ensure that our relationships with each other are as airtight as they can be, because it shows just how powerful our relationship with Christ is. That there's an issue with people who say that they love Christ, but they despise all their brothers and their sisters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I read somewhere, how can you say you love me whom you've never seen?
Yes.
When you despise, you despise or you hate your brother whom you see every day.
Yes.
Brother McDonald.
Sometimes people got to learn to let Christ let Christ allow them to love themselves before you can really love anybody else sometimes. Because if you don't love them and love them like yourself, how can I love them like somebody else?
Okay, I'll agree with that. So, I mean, these are all things that we're dealing with in any given church, these are different things that we deal with. You deal with people who love themselves too much, if that's such a thing.
Yes.
People who don't love themselves enough. People who can't love their brother or their sister because they love themselves too much or don't love themselves enough. The Bible teaches us that this is a great witnessing tool for us. This shows that we are his disciples. You know, we're not just doing this because we have nothing better to do.
Right.
We're doing it because we want to be great examples of what the Lord has done for us and is doing for us in our lives.
Yeah.
And there is no greater example of the Lord's love and the Lord's forgiveness and the Lord's understanding in our lives than to exhibit it by loving, forgiving, and understanding our fellow brother. Am I making sense?
Yes.
We've got to understand that a strong network of Christians is essential to assimilate and nurture new Christians.
Yes.
They don't send the weakest soldier out to what they call it, Brother John, is AIT, and what's the other thing they send you to? They send you to AIT for like 8 weeks. That's where you learn your job, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to another where they send y'all boot camp or somewhere to try to get you together. They don't send the weakest soldiers out there to help get you in shape during boot camp. Basic training. They don't do that. They send the strongest soldiers out there because they're not trying to reproduce weak people.
Right.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
It has to be the same concept in the church. We're not trying to produce weaklings or Christians who can't stand the test of time or the storms that will come in life. We've got to be willing, as we've shared last week, to let people know that there are some side effects that come with this relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
And if you're not strong enough, you've got to strengthen your relationship with him so that he can give us the strength to do what we need to do in order to make it through these storms. You ain't always going to have money.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
You're not always going to feel your best.
Yeah.
You're not always going to want to press on and go.
Yeah.
But a part of strengthening our relationship with Christ is ensuring that people understand that with these peaks, with these valleys, we have God who stands there to give us the strength that we need when we're not strong ourselves.
Right.
It takes a network of Christians, not a clique.
Right.
Yeah.
A network, not a clique.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
It's too many cliques in the church.
Yes.
Come on.
It's too much division. Why? Brown meatloaf, red meatloaf. Some people like cabbage and mustards. Some people like cabbage and collards.
Yeah.
Some people like mustards and collards. And you'll be surprised how many people don't speak to each other over little bitty things.
Exactly.
Those are cliques. That's cliquish.
Yeah.
In preparation for growth, we've got to understand that there cannot be any cliques.
Yeah.
We have to network together.
Yes.
If you braid hair and my daughter need her hair braided, I ought to be willing to support you.
Yes.
At least until you give me a reason not to.
Come on now. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you showed me different.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to be willing to support one another.
Yeah.
You know, if you running a detail shop, why my car dirty?
Yeah.
I need to be willing to, but that's how you network. And whether we want to admit it or not, our counterparts will network together. And they'll network together even if they don't like each other. If they share a common purpose of disliking you,
Yeah.
they'll put aside the fact that they don't like each other
Yes.
to network together to get you.
Yes, exactly.
We got to understand that we've got to network as Christians, as individuals, as family members, as members of this family. And we've got to be willing to branch out so that when other people come in, it's not for them to take our place. It's for them to be an extension of our family, so it makes our reach a lot broader and further out, okay? No matter how strong your relationship is with one another, we can always improve.
Yeah, right.
Amen.
All of our relationships with each other could stand to improve.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Well, and it takes nothing. You could send them a text message. You know, in this age, folks don't like talking.
Amen.
They hide behind keyboards.
Yeah.
You can send them a text message, hey, I'm just thinking about you. Have a great day today. Some days, those messages come just in the nick of time, at the right time, just when you're going through your worst thing. All of us can improve our relationship with each other.
Amen.
All of us.
You took me a whole different one.
I want us to think about it. All of us. You know, first thing we want to do when church is over is hit the door.
Yeah.
We're in fellowship. Don't speak to nobody. And then you mad when little John don't get graduation gifts. Did nobody know John was graduating? But if you take time to get to know the people that you have around you and your family members, you don't have those issues.
Yeah.
I think people should, like you said, they should get to know that person directly and not indirectly. Like I can't get to know you through Keenan. I have to get to know you for myself. That's how people are misjudged. And that's why you end up with those clicks. The only thing you have to do is just take time out to get to know that person for who they are, so they can get to know you for who you are, and you form a relationship. Because once Keenan's out the picture, that means our relationship is out the picture if we had an indirect relationship. Does that make sense?
Makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a whole lot of sense. So, okay, here's the question. How can we improve our relationships with one another?
First of all, speak.
Yes.
Hello, how you doing? Greetings and salutations.
Good morning.
Don't be afraid of the conversation.
Yeah.
Beyond hello, how are you doing? And be genuine. Be truthful.
What you think, John?
I just think that communication primarily is the key to success of any establishment of a relationship. It also helps to firm the foundation from beginning to end. So, regardless to your method of communication, communication is key.
Here's the thing. Communication takes two people. Remember we talked about that.
Yes.
There has to be dialogue. Many relationships can't be strengthened because people will talk at you
Come on.
and not to you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We talk at people and not to people. Am I making sense?
Yes.
We can't do that. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 9 through 10. Now concerning brotherly love, you have no need for anyone to write you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love one another. For that indeed is what you are doing to all the brothers throughout Macedonia. But we urge you, brothers, to do this more and more. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yes.
We have been taught by God to love one another.
Yes.
We've got to ensure that as we're building building our relationships and strengthening our relationships with one another, that we love one another.
Yes.
Some people are unapproachable because of their faces.
Yes.
True.
I agree.
All that body language.
That's why I got a mean bug, so I mean,
Yeah.
kill me alive.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not, why would I approach you and you sitting there looking at me like this? And your mind may be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Your thoughts could be somewhere, but why would I approach you?
Asking for a piece of that.
Come on, think about it. Think about it. We've been taught by God to love one another. Okay? We've got to do this not just today, but more and more and more. Paul exhorts the church at Thessalonica, we've got to love one another. Whole lot of people don't get along behind something that they don't even remember why they're not getting along.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? That's not a part of strengthening relationships.
Exactly.
You know, you can't do that. Now, some people's relationship with you only goes as far as what you can do for them.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna roll that back.
Yeah.
Some people's relationship with you goes only as far as what you can do for them.
Yes.
And when you can't,
Yeah.
then that's it.
That's it.
Exactly.
Better get that first no.
Let me help you with
The
something.
whole situation change.
You have to check your relationships wholeheartedly every so often.
True.
If you're the person that call all the time and they don't ever call you, they really don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you mean to tell me I got to call you all the time?
Yeah.
I got to speak to you first all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to look out for you and bring you little trinkets all the time, and you never, not one time. And that happens because the placement that you've given them, or we give them in our lives, is not the placement that we're taking up in their lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't equal out.
Yeah. I want us to think about. I mean, let's really think about that. There is no way we can strengthen a relationship if it's just gonna be one-sided.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It can't be one-sided. You know, I shouldn't have to pay every time we go out to eat.
Come on now.
We ought to flip-flop.
That's right. Just pay it on.
You know, we ought to flip. Let me tell you, this is the truth. This is the true story. Here's my transparent moment for you for tonight. Here's my transparent moment. I had a group of associates that at one particular point we would take turns and we would go out to eat. And so let me plug in some names there. Can I borrow y'all names? Good.
Sure.
So Keenan, Gerald, Audie, Nicole, and I would all go out to eat. Okay? Well, when it came time, let's just say Keenan said, we're going to Papa Do's today. Okay, cool. We're going to Papa Do's. Well, it's my turn to pay. Okay, cool. We're going to Papa Do's. When it came time for the bill, I paid. All right? Keenan chose Papa Do's. Y'all remember this, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't Keenan's turn to pay, but he chose Papa Do's.
Yeah,
The next time, it was Nikki's turn to choose. Nikki said we're going to Gringo's for a Star Spangled Rita. Okay, cool. We're going to Gringo's. Gerald is sitting there like, wait a minute. We're going to Gringo's. Everybody get their food, they have their drinks. Well, it's Gerald's turn to pay. Gerald pays the bill, don't say a word. Okay? Well, now it's Gerald's turn. Gerald decides we going to the hibachi bar. Okay? Food, drinks. Nikki's turn to pay. She don't say a word, she paid. Audit, same thing. Audit decides we going down to the Fisherman's Wharf. Food, drinks. Gerald's turn to pay, he don't say a word. Okay? I decide we going to Saltgrass. Okay? Audit's turn to pay, he don't say a word. You listen?
I really am.
Well, when it come back around, okay, and you decide that it's now falling to you to pick and choose, pay and choose where we're going, come to Keenan and Keenan say, well, we're going to go to McDonald's. We meeting at McDonald's today, and you can't get a number, nothing.
Don't be asking for no cheese.
Right. Yeah. We're laughing about this. After this gathering, and when it came time for me to pay, we could go to BJ's or wherever. When it came time for other ones to pay, we go. When it came time for them to pay, it had to be something that wasn't even on the same
level or
level
stature
or of the same caliber. And this is what I'm saying. While they may be genuine people, and now some will say, I know the comments are gonna flood in, well, maybe they just couldn't afford it at that time, this, that, and other. Okay, fine. But if you done ate 6 different times and you know eventually it's gonna come around to you, you can put some money back. Or say, hey, I want us to go to Saltgrass. I can afford to pay for the meal, but you got to buy your own drinks. Show some sort of give and take. Just don't make it one-sided.
Right.
That's what we do in our relationships, even in the church.
Yeah.
We want people to cater us. You sure did pray today. You sure did sing today. You sure did play today. We want them to cater and cater and cater and build us up and build us up and build us up. But we never affirm them or encourage them and let them know, hey man, I see you coming on along. And so relationships get stagnant and stagnated, and they tend to falter.
Yeah.
So my question, how can we build? How can we build? How can we strengthen these relationships?
Yes.
Come on. How?
Like you said a minute ago, first of all, we got to speak and talk to each other.
I agree.
Learn something about the other person.
I agree.
You know?
And be willing to agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. I got another one. I bet y'all didn't even think about it. Coming to church regularly would certainly help.
Yeah. On both parties.
You tend to mesh and communicate and talk to people that you see on the regular more than you do people who do drop in. Come on, think about it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we can cast anybody outside. That's not what I'm saying, because visitors come.
Except for right now.
But, right. We are practicing social distancing. It is essential people sitting in here, and there are not 10 of us.
Nowhere near.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You tend to gravitate to those people who show you interest, you show interest in, and y'all share some of the same likes and similarities.
But you never know that if you never had a conversation.
Well, we can't learn that if you don't come.
Yeah.
We can't learn it if you don't come.
Yeah.
You can't learn about me if you don't come. I made the statement to someone the other day. People are good for saying. I didn't get nothing out of the sermon. I didn't get nothing out of Bible study. I'm just not being fed. Y'all heard people say that kind of stuff? When what you kind of find out is a lot of times the people who complain about not being fed are the people that won't even come to the table to eat.
Yeah.
Or distracted when you're there.
Yeah. Think about it. So you mean to tell me your grandma cooked Thanksgiving dinner and it wasn't one thing on the table that you wanted?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing?
Those tend to be pessimistic people.
Speak up.
I said those tend to be pessimistic people.
Yeah, think about it.
Everything.
A whole spread.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nothing on the table? No, man, listen. We've got to get to the point to where we regularly attend. We come together, especially when all of this is over, we come together because we love Christ, we love each other, and we love being able to corporately worship together.
Yeah.
But you can't expect people to know that you can't have seafood if they see you once every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
So when we decide, we're gonna have a crawfish boil. Oh, no, we can't have crawfish. Sister Nikki can't have it. Who is Sister Nikki? Then you feel some kind of
Yeah.
you feel some kind of way. Or we can't have no mushrooms. So and so is allergic. Who? We've got to make sure that we're where we're supposed to be, doing what we need to do to ensure that we get to know our family members.
That's good, yeah.
Don't call me baby, John, I'm gonna tell you.
You understand what I'm saying? That we get to know our family members.
Yeah.
Case in point, the average person that will come to our church will probably think that our minister music is mean. If you look at him, very rarely does he smile. I mean, think about it. So you don't know whether to approach him, you don't know what's on his mind, and then you walk over there to him and you find out, oh,
Just the sweetest little
Yeah.
baby you want to know.
exactly. As he turns red. But think about it. What are people getting from our facial expressions and our body language?
Right.
Is that making someone not want to come back to church?
Yeah.
And before you say, but now people ain't that petty. People
Yes,
are that
they
petty.
are.
It's still-
People are that petty.
Yeah.
Well, okay, see, you got a shirt on that they didn't get.
Petty. Petty. I mean, I think he likes Reverend McDonald more than he likes me because his shirt says DJ Harris Ministries and I just have a church shirt.
Mine just say Kramer.
But people don't know the origin and they tend to think the worst first
Yeah.
before they get an understanding. Well, how about this? How about just being hospitable?
Yeah.
Offering hospitality and receiving it.
Yeah.
Just being hospitable. Think about it. I know you like cold water, Brother Artie. I went back here to get Pastor a bottle of water and I bought you some too. It ain't cost you nothing. The same amount of steps.
Right. Right.
It didn't cost you anything. It didn't cost you anything. I want us to think about it.
Yeah.
Didn't cost you anything.
But see,
Go ahead.
as you mentioned, people are just that petty. It may not cost them anything, but because they don't like a certain person, the way that person looked, or because that person has never brought them water, it's like, I'm not gonna do anything for them. Instead of them saying, I'm not worried about what he's done for me, I'm gonna do this for him, or I'm gonna do this for her. I'm not worried about what I'm gonna receive in return, I'm not doing it for likes.
Well, here's the thing. You're right. Then the question becomes, who and what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of time in everything that we do in ministry, we have to ask ourselves those questions. Who and or what are we doing it for? Are you doing it to have your name in lights? Are you doing it for self-gratification? Or are you doing it that God gets the glory, we reap the benefits, and nobody has to take credit for it?
Amen.
People watch our broadcast week in and week out. And they never would know that it's people doing what they're doing behind the scenes to ensure that everybody has an opportunity.
Yeah.
They don't see our name in the credits.
Exactly.
Come on, let's talk about it. They don't see the cleanings that have to go on, or this, that, the other, the setup, the breakdown. They don't see any of that stuff.
Right.
Am I making sense? All they see is a polished product. But on the flip side of it, there are not people out there that saying, that's me behind the camera.
Amen.
You know, that's me typing up all of the information to go into the slides. That's no. It becomes a matter of who or what are we doing it for?
Yeah.
We've got to ensure that we're hospitable to people. That's just it. I tell y'all all the time about Miami. You go to somebody's house and they don't at least offer you a drink of water, don't go back. They really don't want you there.
Yeah.
These are life lessons.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a matter of who brought you water, it's the fact that you were brought water.
I was thirsty.
Tell you.
I appreciate you taking note to the fact that I was thirsty.
Yeah.
And you bought me some water. That's what Jesus would do.
Yeah.
I believe that if we're going to strengthen our relationships with one another, we've got to understand that there can't be any big I's and little U's.
Come on now. Right.
That we've got to take on a posture of servanthood. That we're in this together. Just because I'm pastor, that makes me no better than anybody else. I'm just the chief servant. I ain't too good to vacuum a floor. You've seen me do it. I don't mind dusting. I don't mind that. None of that bothers me because it's all about service.
Yes.
Am I making sense? Service. In strengthening our relationships with one another, we have to be willing to serve, not just together, but serve apart and be willing to serve each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Missions can't thrive without the young women. The young women can't thrive without the seasoned women. The young adults can't thrive without the youth department. The youth department can't thrive without the young adults. The deacons can't thrive without the preachers. The preachers can't thrive without the organist can't thrive without the drummer. The drummer can't thrive. Everybody got to work together.
Exactly.
It takes all of us
Exactly.
to get it done. You could have a brand new Bentley, inside and out. Still got that little plastic on it. You know how they put that plastic inside and out. Be sitting in it, start up, and if you don't have 4 tires on it, you ain't going nowhere.
Nice place.
Brand new car paid for off the showroom floor. But if there are no tires on the way you're going.
Right.
Everybody can't drive. It takes some of us to be wheels to set things in motion to get us where we need to go.
Yes.
But tires don't turn at different times. They all turn same time, same speed.
Yes.
They arrive there at the same time. Why? Because they're working together.
Yes.
We strengthen our relationships so that we can work together. We strengthen our relationships by working together. By working together. We've got to ensure that we set us aside. We have to sit us aside. Our selfish ways, our selfish ambitions, our wanting to be more than what we really are. We have to sit all of that aside and be willing to work together. If we'll work together, it strengthens us personally, but it strengthens us collectively as well.
Yes, yes.
We are greater
Yes.
together.
Amen.
We are greater together. No big eyes, no little U's. Next week, we're going to talk about, we've dealt with strengthening our relationship with God and strengthening our relationship with each other. But next week, I want us to talk about developing a relationship with the lost. The lost.
Yes.
The people that's unchurched,
Yes.
don't look like us, don't smell like us, don't talk like us, don't walk like us. The lost.
Right. Don't think of it.
And not just the people that are lost on the outside, but what about the people that's lost on the inside?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not out of word, but I am out of time. I thank you for joining in with us on tonight. It is my desire that the Lord would bless, keep, cover, and strengthen you until we meet again. Join us this Sunday morning live at 9 a.m. for our Sunday morning virtual worship experience. Remember that God is still mightier than any other giant that we may face, that God is still greater than any storm that we've ever been through. Greater, I love you. I look forward to us worshiping collectively and corporately again. Stay safe. If you need us, reach out to us. We'll be checking in this week, checking on each one of our families and our members to let them know how much we love them. As always, Greater, you know what you've been tasked to do, what your responsibilities are. You can give it via Givelify, Greater Harvest Baptist Church. You can give it via Cash App, Greater Harvest, Texas City. You can mail it in, P.O. Box 13, Lamarck, Texas 77568, or you can make an appointment and stop by the church office. Until next time, God be with you. Until we meet again, be blessed.
Thank you for staying connected with us here at the House of Refuge. We greatly appreciate your continuous support, prayers, and participation. If you're in need of prayer, please email us at experiencegreater@gmail.com. And for other forms of giving, you can find us on these 3 outlets: Givelify, Cash App, or mailing it in to our P.O. Box listed below. Until next time, experience greater.